Welcome back for the first time. My name is Kevin.
And my name is Lainey.
And this is the Full Disclosure Podcast with the Arguello brand.
Here we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, all things marriages go through, but do not talk about, we'll talk about deep things. You'll hear his story, you'll hear my story, how it all binds together, how different we are, and how we make it all work.
Before we get started, please follow us on Instagram at I_NeedClout_ and my wife at the Mrs. Arguello. Definitely watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is at the Arguello brand. And also press that like button because legit, why not? It's not better than a stimulus, but it's almost the same thing because it's free. Share and comment.
That was funny, babe.
Share and comment, and we're really looking forward to interacting. I thought comment and interacting rhymed, but it didn't. But anyways.
Last episode, we spoke about one of the craziest things we've done as a family, which was... Listen, if you want to know, go ahead and listen to the previous episode, which you can find on the Arguello brand on YouTube. This week, we are going to talk about one of the most recent accomplishments we've accomplished.
So basically, we're entering new territory. I guess that's a given, right? And with new territory comes a new mindset. As an individual, as the nigga in charge of this family, needs to change the way he probably does shit. So, for example, something I need to take more serious is my body. For one, I want to get it together. Finally, I want to fix my damn waistline. I want to wear like a 34, 36. Right now, I'm at a 40-something. Maybe like a 36 on a good day. But after, I take a shit in the morning, I'm a 38 regular. I don't have to suck anything in.
That's funny.
Maybe like a 32.
You want to be a 32?
32 might be on some anorexic shit, but like a 34, 36, I think that's just really manly. And then I want to read books and shit, you know what I mean? I want to read a book or two because, full disclosure, I never read a book in my life. Real life kindergarten graduate right here at its finest. And then I just think just being more present with my family, you feel me? Especially with my kids, just being around them more often and just giving them my undivided attention. As an individual, I want to be around my kids, you know what I mean? I got 4 of them, so they're all individually different, and I just want to just get to know them. I want them to get to know me as well, just a little bit. That's really what I want to do as far as change my mentality. I think those are the biggest opportunities in my life right now that I can try to better myself in, and I think it probably jumpstart my life. What do you think about you?
Well, first off, I do want to say that I commend you, and I'm really proud of you for setting goals. I like the fact that you kind of want to enter fresh new territory to kind of start working on yourself.
Not to cut you off, I'm listening to what I just said and shit. I don't want people to use the word procrastinating and they're why can't you start now? This, that, and the third, because it's really hard for me to focus and then to refocus. And I'm already in this apartment, right? We're already in this apartment. It's really hard for me to just be now I'm not going to look at this apartment. Now I'm going to look at it as a safe space. And this apartment is not really that. So I just need a brand new situation for me to feel like a brand new situation. You feel me?
I agree. Like I said, entering new territory and setting yourself up differently, I really appreciate that. I like that you have already certain goals in different areas of your life set up. It's not just I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to do this. You have real specific things that you want to do. You want to address with yourself, with your family. And I think that's great. A lot of people, they kind of reach a milestone and they get stuck in that milestone. You're the opposite. You reach a milestone and you're okay, how can I use this opportunity to get better? How can I use this opportunity to improve myself, and not only yourself but your kids, because anything you do for yourself, you're going to improve your kids and of course your wife. And I'm excited to see all of that.
This podcast today we're just going to be talking about the home buying process,
right? Which
is a big deal because that's why I said I'm in this apartment. I didn't want to give it away. I just couldn't help myself. But yeah, we're in this apartment. So when we move into my house, that's when everything's gonna start all over. That's our house. We're from New York City. We're only used to apartments and buildings. I've never seen or been inside of a house ever in my fucking time being on this planet. Now I own one. You feel me? We own one.
Thanks, babe.
So today we're gonna basically talk about this home buying process. We'll cover it. I'm trying to cover it from the technical standpoints, which I have no idea about. Which I'm just gonna throw it out there. Hopefully my wife catches it. I can definitely talk about the emotional and the financial part of it. Maybe just the emotional part of it. I don't think. No. I know that buying a home in New York City was not a feasible task. Especially, I mean, a kindergarten graduate. Do you feel the same way?
I totally agree. I'm not trying to knock down the real estate market in New York, but it's pretty pricey over there. I know like a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house would cost, like in Queens, literally is like $1 million. The cheapest I saw was $900,000, and that was in Flushing. I looked like and I only looked because I wanted to have some points to talk about here. And I guess we try to push the fact that Texas is way better than New York for us. That's the only reason why we kind of go back and forth between New York and Texas. I saw cheaper houses in Jamaica, which were like 300, 400,000, and these are like homes from like 1950s, 4 bedrooms. They're not mansions, they're regular homes.
So needless to say, this is exactly the reason why I kidnapped you and told you to move over here.
Well, thanks for saving our lives, babe.
So, I mean, let's dig deep. How did we even get the idea of saying, like, fuck it, let's stop being grateful for the maintenance man and everything. Now we just have to clean. Like, what made us be like, yeah, we're gonna be the ones to fix windows and piping and plumbing and HVAC and all that shit? Like, what made us be like, let's do it ourselves?
Side note, I think one of the hardest things for Kevin is knowing that we're gonna have to move into this home and then we're gonna be responsible for stuff. Like, we can't call the light bulb be out, literally a regular light bulb. He'd be like, babe, call maintenance. And in my head I'm like, well, we just gotta go to Walmart and get a light bulb. Something will be stuck in the fridge. He'll be like, babe, call maintenance. And I'm like, we can just pull it out, right? But we definitely outgrew this apartment. For the last 3 years, we've been renting a 2-bedroom apartment. And, initially it was 5 of us. It was 2 adults. It was us 2 and the 3 kids. And that was cool. But then we had Nova. And it was kind of like, we have 6 people in a 2-bedroom apartment. And our kids are older. Like, Elias is 11. It's not like they're all 3, 4 and they're, all at the same stage. They're all old. They're all different ages. So we have 6 people in an apartment, 2-bedroom, and then we have my mom. Sometimes your mom stays here. So, at some point it can be 7 or 8 people, and that's a lot.
The most beautiful thing about it is that we're always close together. In this world, I might get a lot of slack for this, but I heard controversy sells. In this world, as a homo sapien, you choose your family. Y'all know the routine. Mom has sex with a guy, no protection, or the condom break. Somebody's conceived. It's supposed to be your family, but as you grow up and you get older, you choose the family that you want to be your family. This is the family I chose, and I'm gonna make the best of my family. And even if that kills me. And
when you're driving at night.
Yeah. Did we outgrow the apartment? I don't know if mentally I grew out of the apartment setting, because this is all I know. But we gotta evolve, babe. We gotta evolve and
challenge ourselves.
Exactly, man. We don't just want to be
toilets.
Exactly. No, seriously. Install toilets, expand baths and showers, build fucking concrete, garden, put compost aside and shit. All this extra stuff. I don't think I outgrew it, but I think that I just want to evolve. I heard some shit like, would you rather be a king in hell or a regular person on earth? And it's like, if I chose the king on hell route, don't I expect more from myself? I'm still in hell. I'd rather be a civilian up here on earth and shit. I'm just going to talk about the apartment. All I know, I've been in so many apartments in my life. I know what corner they peed in. I know what elevator to and what not to take. I know what staircase is closed. I know when you go all the way to the top, you're gonna hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I know all this about the building.
You're taking it way back.
Yeah, I mean, like
way up.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, have you lived in apartments your whole life?
I've never lived in a house. Well, actually, I probably lived in a house when I was in St. Martin. That's where I was born, and I was there till like 3 or 4. I mean, but that doesn't count because I was a baby. So no, I mean, all I know is apartment living. Like you, all I know is taking the elevator to the 5th floor. All I know is having to put the trash down the chute. Like here we have like the trash compactor in the sink, and it's like, what? So that's really all I know is apartment living, not really house living. Right. Especially not like a 2-story, like a big house either. But I do remember you saying, hey, I don't want to move into a house that's going to feel like an apartment.
What I want to say is that the only time that I even thought about owning a house, even when we moved here and everybody always said, like, yeah, you're gonna get a house. It's actually feasible out here. It was just like, I don't give a fuck about that right now. Like, we're in an apartment. This is what it is.
Really? That's how you felt?
That's how I felt. Cause like, honestly, I just didn't have enough data to be like, yeah, I'm gonna move in the house. Like, I don't know if I was confident about it. I don't know. I didn't feel that. Like,
so you needed to see it to believe it. So even like now, we haven't moved in yet. So you're kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I still like I know we got the house because I seen my fucking bank account get taking all that damn money out. Like, I know, but it's still like right now I live in an apartment. What I will say is I knew it was feasible once I owned my car. That's when it was like, yo, this is your car, bro. This is your ownership. All right, we could do a house then. Do I equate it to the same thing? Yes, I absolutely do. I own a car and pay it off in full. I can definitely do the same thing with the house. I don't think process is gonna hold me back from it. Once I owned my car, the day that I owned my car, that's the same day where I was like, babe, go look for these houses right now. I think it might have been like maybe like 24, 48 hours that I had to like
take it
all in, actually understand. But, I don't read books. I just watch YouTube.
I always get scared when it's time to make huge decisions like this.
You think you get scared? What about when I go freaking to a restaurant and there's a menu? I don't know what the fuck to pick. I don't know if I'm scared or I'm paranoid.
Are you serious? You think it has to do with your ADHD? Wait, you said no? You're not serious?
I'm dead serious.
So you think it has to do with your ADHD? No, it's probably overwhelming, no?
I don't know, but you're talking about like huge decisions like buying a house. I have trouble just ordering food off the menu.
I think it's gonna be a topic for another podcast, babe.
Again, welcome to the Full Disclosure Podcast. If you haven't heard any other podcasts, please go on Guelo Brand at YouTube to find out what I'm about to talk about. What was your process like? I left my job where I think that once you take the entrepreneur route and you're not in that rat race, my uneducated opinion, of course, is I think you're only missing out on your 401k and the insurance. If you're going to become an entrepreneur, I hear people to be like, oh, yeah, just the security. Fuck that security, bro. You can get laid off. You can get fired. You can get freaking hurt. Security is unemployment, to be honest. You go on unemployment, goddammit. You be all right.
That's so true.
For real.
I never thought about it like that, babe. That's
seriously,
true.
So you're good no matter what. Like, the government makes it okay for you to have security. So you're fine. You taught a certain way.
Right.
Luckily for me, I only graduated from kindergarten, so I wasn't in that trans that most of y'all in. Congratulations to the people who made it out. That's the only thing I think you miss out when you're not in the rat race. You just miss out on that 401k, your insurance. How did you do that? Because I left my job. I wasn't in the best job in the world, but I had quotation marks, of course, security, 401k, overtime, all these great adjectives that come with the rat race. But I wasn't with my family. People that I was at work with, these were my family members. Legit. I looked at them, my family. I'm pretty sure it was the same thing because we were together all the time. 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Now I get to transfer that energy towards my family.
Whoop, whoop.
When I quit my job and then you quit your job, like how the hell was the process for you to be like, yeah, babe, we're going to get this house?
One, of course, we always have a good cushion of money. Two, we're diligent about finding something that was going to be within a certain budget. So even when we were both working, we still stayed within a certain budget, which kind of allowed us to be at the point where I can quit. And then here we are looking for a house. I had to stay within a certain budget with everything we wanted to as well. The first thing I did personally was I found a real estate agent. It was somebody my aunt referred me to. That's not the real estate agent we kept. We didn't stay with her. She told me, yo, you need to get a pre-approval letter. And I did. But that's not the lender that we stayed with either. You have to fill out the application and, give him all the paperwork. That first lender, he was a little fishy now that I think about it because he was moving really funny. And he was like, how much do you want to buy how much house do you want to buy? Like, how much is going to be the cost that you're looking for? And I was like, I don't know. I gave him a number. He's like, okay. And that's the letter he wrote out. I'm not sure if that's how it usually goes, but that's kind of like the way it went for me. So that was the first step, getting an agent and finding a lender to get pre-approved.
Well, I mean, now that you just said that, I think in this world, either you're hustling or you're getting hustled.
Word.
So, maybe you should keep that in mind next time. Let's talk about the actual process of looking for the house, actually going from county to city.
So we knew what area we wanted to live in. We wanted to stay in this area where we are now because we like it. It's convenient. And the school district, it's a good school district, even though we decided to homeschool. We didn't look further than this area. I told the lady, this is what I'm looking for, and this is the area I'm looking for. So we would start going to see houses. I loved going to see houses at first because it gave me an idea of what I wanted and what I didn't want. And I got to see things firsthand. So I remember seeing like a 1,600 square foot house And I was like, okay, the house we buy cannot be any smaller than 1,600 square feet. You know, I remember seeing this thing here, and I was like, okay, the house that I want cannot have this, or it needs to have this. So little by little, the more houses I saw, it was kind of like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. So I wasn't really wasting my time after maybe like a month and a half on houses that I knew were a no.
For me, it was quite the opposite. The only thing that really helped me out is that it, like, again, I'm a kindergarten graduate, so I didn't really learn square feet. So I don't really know what 1,600 square feet was. I just knew that it's a lot, right? We didn't start really expensive houses yet. So we started really, really low. So we checked like a bunch of 1-stories, and we were just kind of just taking a feel for it, because, you know, we're fucking from New York, bro. So it was the quite opposite for me. The only thing it gave me was just, it gave me just a little bit of understanding of like space. Right. You know, because that's really what I want. Like we're a big ass family. I like my privacy. My wife, I know she needs her privacy, and then we have all these damn kids. I want us to be able to chill and the kids able to do their thing. 1,600 square feet was okay, but I'm super materialistic in my mind. In my mind, I'm super materialistic, so I wanted the most we can get for the dollar we had, so I wanted the most for my dollar. The only thing is, I'm like a hermit crab. I just like doing my own thing. I like talking to myself.
Do you still talk to yourself in the shower?
Now I talk to myself more in righteous. On my way to pick up somebody or whatever the case, I'm having a full-on conversation, talking back, making different noises, making different impersonations. I'm in there.
That's hilarious.
I need to record those, but I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, babe, why?
Because I think that shit is crazy. After looking at all these houses, these 1-story, like minimum 1,600 square feet houses, the reason why I don't really like it is because Eleni would ask me 1 million fucking questions all over. And the thing is, look. The thing is, look. This is the problem, right? Talk to me, baby. Tell me anything you want. But you're asking me the same damn questions all over again. And what I hate and why I come for you is because you're not even switching up the question. It's the same exact way, same damn tone, same damn vocabulary.
You know repetition is the mother of skill?
I did not know that.
Oh.
I never read a book. What book you read that from? The Pyramid Scheme ones?
Who said it was a book? Why can't be my own knowledge and wisdom?
To be continued. You know, she's asking me all these same questions all over, you know, the same, just like legit. Babe, do you love it? Babe, do you love it? Babe, do you love it? Like, ask it a different way. Babe, do you like it?
Babe, do you want a game room? Do you want a game room? Do you want a game room?
You know? And like, do I want a game room? Like, yeah, like, who, like, okay. Why would I be like, no, baby, I don't want the game room?
Wait, first of all, you ain't even know about no game room. In New York, they didn't have no damn game room.
No, the game room was my room, goddammit. What the fuck are you talking about? No, you're right. You're right. You know, what I would big you up on is that you really showed me a different side of life and shit. You taught me this really, like, you know, you're really responsible for showing me this whole adult side of life.
Well, thank you.
You Very still much. Ask the same questions all over again. Actually, at some point, I decided I didn't want a house at all. I just wanted to stay in the damn same apartment. You know, just renew the lease. Because I was like, yo, fuck it, bro. If this girl's going to keep asking me these same damn questions, we good and we content at the apartment we're at. We're straight, bro. Don't worry about it. You know?
Speak for yourself.
Nah. Also aside, nah. After she asked me the question for 1,000,001 time, I was just like, look, babe, this is what it is. I decided that I don't want anything smaller than 2,000 square feet.
Okay.
Right? And then she almost had a heart attack because we're stuck in the 1600s, right? And I never seen a 2-story house in my life. And I was like, no, I want a 2,000 square feet house. I want 2 stories. I want a loft. I want a game room. I want a basement. You know, I want all this other shit. And
Basement. Full disclosure, they don't have basements in Texas. Why? Because of the rain. It rains crazy, and when it rains, it floods. So they don't got no basements out here. So we're getting a basement built. No, I'm just kidding.
No, all jokes aside, like, in my head, I thought I made this house up. But at the end of the day, we just really wanted a 4-bedroom, but would kind of settle for 3.
At some point, I knew for a fact that we needed 4, though. Like, so I eliminated the thought of 3 bedrooms. It was hard because it was kind of like, hey, Eleni, getting a 3-bedroom is probably more ideal for what you want in your budget. But in my head, there was no chance of getting a 3-bedroom.
We needed 2 stories. Why did we need 2 stories? Because we have an extremely big family. I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you can watch us on our Guella brand on YouTube, you can tell that we have 4 kids and we have 2 big ass adults.
Excuse me? Speak for yourself. So at some point, I probably became desperate. I knew I had a cutoff date because of my job since I was going to quit.
What do you mean? Like, if you don't have a job, you can't get a house?
To get approved, you need to be at a job for 2 years with a certain income.
Does that mean that if I just had like a shoebox full of cash, can I go buy a house?
I think you would have to tell them where you got the money from, though.
I got a shoebox full of cash. I probably got it from selling drugs.
I don't know how that works. All jokes aside, I mean, maybe...
So every cent needs to be accounted for?
I have no... Honestly, I don't know.
You don't know.
I really don't know, but I'm guessing, like, if you're a regular person and you come up with $250,000, like, an owner can sell the house.
Oh, as opposed to going to a lender.
Or real estate agent.
Real estate,
right.
yeah.
So if you have cash, you don't need a lender because you already have the money. The reason
So the lender is only for...
The lender's only...
Well,
the lender's
if we only have $100, he's going to give us $299,000 if our house costs $300,000, correct?
Right, that's where you get your loan from. The lender's the loan.
Babe, but what I want you to explain to them a little bit.
A lender is obviously if you want a loan. We don't have cash for the entire house. We need a lender. We only had part of it. So the lender is the one who says, here's the rest of the money for the house, and you pay the lender back.
Right. The thing is that we were stuck in the area that we're at now. I do rideshare. I don't know if you guys know what the fuck rideshare is. If you're a kindergarten graduate, let me tell you. A rideshare is like Lyft or Uber. So you basically pick somebody up. They get in your car and they sit in the back. Take people from here and I go 35, 45. I go even an hour away, right? Because I'm about this bread. When we were in the process of looking for the house, the area that I thought would have been good for us and more bang for our buck would have been Spring, Texas. I am from New York City. I'm from Flushing, Queens.
Are you proud to be from New York?
I'm proud to be from Flushing, Queens. Hey, New York City.
Hey.
Yeah, right. Shout out Fabio.
Fivio.
Not Fabio. Spring, Texas is country. So if you don't know what country is, if you're from New York City, go all the way upstate where all you see is fucking trees and grass.
The non-New York, New York.
You feel me? You know, trees, grass, and highway. That's all you see out there in Spring, Texas. And I'm a minority. I'm brown. I'm peach, really, but you know, I'm...
Babe, you white. I'm black.
You're right. When I was in that rat race, when it used to be like, what if whatever the thing you are? What?
Ethnicity.
Whatever thing you are, I'll be like white. I'll be like white and I put AF on the side of it.
That's why he always got good ass jobs.
All jokes aside, but I never kept them shit because they found out who I was really. But anyways, so Spring, Texas is country at AF. Honestly, I'm a little bit intimidated by it because I'm a kindergarten graduate. These spring houses, they are humongous. Like we'll get a house for like $200,000, 4,400 square feet. Raising my kids in that type of thing, it would force me to become a different person.
Wow, that's deep, babe.
And I don't know if I want to be that type of person.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I'm a just freaking whipping horses and shit. Like I'm not really with that. Like I really like video games. I like watching YouTube and I like reading books with pictures.
I did love the spring idea. I have a friend in Spring.
Why did you love the spring idea?
I mean, one, my friend was there, but in talking to her, I found out that she may be moving out of Spring, so that discounted that.
Your friend had one house, and then when you would walk back to her to her garage, she had a whole nother house.
Right, so it's what they call a garage apartment. So they turn their garage into a literal apartment.
What do you mean it's a garage apartment? You can't say like the garage is an apartment. It's a garage.
And they turn it into an apartment. It's a 2-car garage, and they turn it into an apartment.
Oh, it was a 2-car garage.
So it's really spacious.
But I remember that we went, like, it was a big-ass living room where I guess it would be the 2-car garage, and then they had a fucking bathroom, and then they had another fucking room in the back.
They probably extended, but when you buy the house, it's a garage. It's a regular garage, and then you kind of you probably extend it a little bit. So at that point, when Kevin said Spring, I was like, great. When I went there, I didn't know Spring like that, but I kind of saw Spring. And Kevin's right. It's more Caucasian people. It's a lot more country, and I don't know how we as a family would fit in there. Kevin's talking about video games and stuff, but I really look black. That was a little bit intimidating for me, but I wasn't gonna put that past me.
Babe, I didn't know you were intimidated. Are you intimidated by white people?
No, I'm not intimidated. Wait, would it be considered intimidated?
Well, I'm intimidated by white people.
I don't want to live on a block that's all white people. Because one, I want my kids to be cultured. Two, like, I can't relate to white people, and I don't ever want white people to think that I'm trying to fit in with them. Babe, because I'm not. I think talking about black and white is a great topic. But back to the home buying process. So yeah, spring was a little bit intimidating because as I'm driving around, it's all white people. And it's never about the money. I don't want you to ever think it's about the money. I don't want you to ever think like, oh, it's because white people have more money, because that never stops me. It's just like what they think of me. And I don't want that to be a limitation either. I can't relate to them. So how, you know, like, I don't know, how can they relate to me, or can they relate to me? I was down for whatever. I would have moved to spring if I had to.
I just couldn't fathom just us living like that. We were so far away from like a local Walmart or like a Kroger, you know what I mean? We have to drive like, I'm exaggerating of course, but we have to drive like an hour to go to a Walmart. Like,
he is exaggerating, but honestly, where we're living, it's gonna be a 20-minute drive to Target, because I love Target and that's the Target I would go to. But there's a Walmart like 10 minutes away. There's a Fiesta like 5 minutes away. There's still stores around there that I will shop at.
So, baby, so does that mean that we need to get all the expensive shit that Kevin wants to get before we get into our house?
We're getting into our house next week. I'll take that out. Do it again.
So, do we need to get all the expensive stuff for Kevin because everything is so far away?
Hell yeah. No, we can still drive. We can still drive.
But I do rideshare, so gas is really important for me.
I know, so we could still drive. So, the spring idea came at a good time because I was getting desperate. I was looking an hour away, because we were going to homeschool and I was going to quit my job. We weren't so limited to the area to move in. And at this point, when I was really desperate, I wrote a prayer of exactly what I wanted and I taped it on the bathroom door. 2 things I want to say. When you want something, ask for it exactly the way you want to. Because you will probably get, you will get what you ask for.
That's a good one.
The second thing is that...
manifest it, right? Put it out there in the universe, correct?
Manifesting it.
Say it out loud.
Yeah.
Say it out loud and write it down on paper. And you gotta,
like, even if you don't believe it, you'll start to believe it. Because I didn't believe we were gonna get that, like, a house like that.
You know what? That is like a magic trick because, okay, check this out, guys. So, whatever my wife just said, she said that shit out loud many times. I remember she would be talking to herself. I'd be like, what, babe? And she's like, babe, I'm talking to myself. I'm doing my affirmations. I'm like, what the fuck is an affirmation, bro? I had to look that shit up and I was like, oh, okay, continue. This motherfucker done wrote this shit down. She wrote it down. I'm like, babe, what you doing? I thought she was doing like a journal or some shit. I'm like, yo, you fucking kindergartner. What are you doing? Right? Then she put this shit right in front of the toilet.
You can't miss it.
I couldn't miss it. So I'm in the toilet. I usually take really fast toilet shits, right? It usually takes me like, I don't know, no less than 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Like a minute and a half.
Type shit. That shit gone. I don't know. It just works.
And I'm jealous.
I got like 60 seconds to just look straight because I got to concentrate, right? And I got to read this damn prayer that she put in front of me. I got like 2 minutes of just reading. Just reading it. So I guess one day I started to read it out loud, and then I read it out loud, and then I read it out loud, and then all of a sudden I started believing it. And when I started believing it, we're able to close. So I want to say thank you, baby, for bringing this to fruition. It was really you. I know it was your prayers.
That's actually a really touching story. It's miraculous to know that you write a prayer and your husband was reading. The only reason I knew he was reading it was because we were talking about Elias one day, and there was a line I put in there that through Kevin's healing comes Elias's healing. It was something like that, and he mentioned it. I had no intention on him reading the paper, but I just needed to have it somewhere where I can see it every single day. But I do want to say that make sure you write down everything you want. Don't leave anything up for chance, because there was one thing I didn't put on there, babe. I didn't put a lot of windows on there, and I know you wanted a lot of windows. And our house doesn't have, I don't think it has a lot of windows.
It doesn't.
It doesn't have a lot of windows. So, and which is, listen, whatever, we got the house.
But in the prayer, you put like 2,000 square feet.
I put 2,000 square feet.
You did.
Our mortgage is only $90 more.
Our mortgage, not our rent.
Yeah, our mortgage is only $90 more than our rent. And I was like, listen, I need to make this work. I need to stay home with my babies.
It's $90 more is we're able to put down the 20%.
So I had a big savings, and my mom helped us out. So we were able to put 20% down, which was what bought our mortgage so low. But it was all part of the plan. And that was the other thing, right? So I'm like, okay, Kevin wants this house. I'm thinking our mortgage needs to be like $1,700. And he's like, oh, hell no, Lainey.
I'm trying to pay the same thing we're paying right now.
For real. He's like, oh, hell no. There's no way.
Shit, we might as well just stay in this damn apartment. What the fuck?
So I'm like, all right. So like 1,400, babe. He's like, no, lower. So, I mean, I went as low as I could. And I'm happy that I did. Another thing about the house, this is probably our first step to an investment in real estate.
No, it is an investment, baby.
Okay, so it is our first step to investment in real estate, right? This is not our forever home.
No, it's not.
This is a home.
This is like 3 years max, I think.
Yeah, I agree. 3 years max. You said something about 5 years the other day. And I'm like,
I think it's 3 years, and I don't think I sound crazy. A lot of the shit I say, full disclosure, I sound crazy. No, but I think this is gonna be a 3-year home. What I really want to do, I want to do that 3-year term, 3 of my houses, so we can get the mansion
or the estate. Excuse me.
The compound.
Oh, we doing a compound? I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I, but that's some shit Drake got. You feel me? So like, I'm trying to emulate. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't want to be broke.
We not gonna be broke.
You feel me? Like, I don't want to be broke. I want my kids to own what we left. Like, if I die right now, my nigga, these kids are gonna be broke. You feel me? So that's why I gotta get this sleep for my Russian. Anyways, what was really hard for us, why it took us a little while, because this market is so oversaturated. We had to give up a little bit of more money. Which, let me flex on y'all niggas real quick. We had to give up like $20K more than what the house was listed for. Because we can afford that. You feel me? Are we gonna get that money back, babe?
So the money is actually, I think it's called equity. Equity is the difference between what you owe on your mortgage and what your home is actually worth. If you owe 150 on your mortgage loan and your home is worth 200,000, you have 50,000 of equity in your home.
So does that mean that I have 150?
No, so based on what we put down, we have 20% equity on the house. So
that's
we have
$43,000.
So
we own 20% of it, right?
We have more because the home is worth $225,000. So we have like 53,000 of equity on the home.
That's what we own. You know what? We're gonna check out Skillshare, and I hope Skillshare can teach us more of this shit. Shout out to Skillshare. I just found out about you on Kev on Stages. Shout out to Kev on Stage, nigga.
And that chick Angel.
That chick Angel. Yeah, shout out to ADD, man.
So yeah, we offered 20,000 more, and like Kevin was saying, the market is very saturated right now. My coworkers' parents remodeled their home. They listed it for $250,000. Okay, hear this out. They listed it for $250,000. Somebody offered them $290,000 cash out of state. Didn't even see the house in like a day or two.
Didn't even see the house.
They were out of state. Didn't even see the house. That's how bad it is. People are paying $250,000 for houses cash. So it's really hard to compete with cash. Although on this home that we bought, somebody did offer
them a cash.
They had a cash offer, but they chose off.
Do you know what it was? How much?
No, they don't say it. Full disclosure moment. I was so desperate that I was not even going to see the houses that I was putting offers in. Literally, if the house met the requirements that we had, I would just put an offer in. It would be like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 more.
I kind of knew that because you was like, babe, I put down an offer on like 7 houses. And I'm like, babe,
when did you see?
When the fuck did we go over this? She was like, no, babe, we got it. We need a house. I'm like, should I go? I'm looking through the 7 of these joints because it has pictures. So I'm like, yo, I know how to read the fuck out of this. So I'm scrolling. These houses are all 1-story houses. And I'm like, babe, what you doing? We haven't even seen it. When we got this house, you got to go do a walkthrough. As we're walking through it, some dude come in and he helps us out and says, hey, this you can buy this house. It's not inspection? The inspection. Yeah, my bad. The inspector comes in and he basically says, yeah, the house it's straight, and if it's not straight, they can't sell the house or whatever the fuck. I was not happy with you just putting down extra money for houses that we didn't even look at because.
Did we get a house?
No, we did. Wait, were you telling me we never looked at the house when you offered it?
Okay, so that's where I was going. So this house, they put it on the market. So the thing was that literally they would put it on the market and the next day the house would be like pending offer.
Sheesh.
Or you would call the agent and they're like, we got too many offers. We're not taking any more offers. Or today's Tuesday and it's like last offer Wednesday at 7 p.m. So that's why I was like, I don't have time. And then Kevin was like, babe, I can only go see houses on Monday because that's my day off. I'm sorry, it's Tuesday. You want me to wait 7 days to go see a house that I want? No, thank you. So I would just go by myself at this point. point. At this other point, I wasn't even going to see the houses. I was just sending, literally, I would send her a screenshot, 225. Send a screenshot, 200. Send a screenshot, this amount. This house, I read it. I did see that the dimensions of the rooms were a little small, but there were no pictures posted. We only saw the front of the house. I didn't see the inside of the house. I knew crazy, it had a game room.
That's crazy.
I saw the lot size. I knew it had a game room. I knew it had 4 bedrooms. I knew it, like I said, the dimensions are a little small compared to other things.
Can I ask you? Did you know it had that big ass backyard?
Did
you know? Yes or no?
No, not like that.
What the fuck?
So the lot is 8,000 square feet. It's over 8,000. That's a really big
basically,
lot.
the lot means basically how big the entire
the house plus backyard,
everything that you own. So
right.
So we own 8,000 square. The house takes up 2,000. The backyard is so fucking big. I don't think we can run full court, but. No, I don't think we can run a full court. Actually,
I think you can, babe.
It's like a small full court.
Full court. I'm thinking about like at the park.
That shit is crazy. You know why we loved it? And I thought that's what sold you.
What?
I thought you only give a fuck about the backyard because the kids can be out there.
No, full court, 47.
Bro, we have a full court in the backyard, my nigga. That's crazy, babe.
Right.
That's crazy.
I did. So that was one of the things. I was okay with a bigger backyard and a smaller house if it had to come down to it.
Why?
I want them to be able to be outside more than inside. Like, don't be inside because your backyard's mad small and because your sister's right next to you the whole time. Yeah. No, you can all have a damn corner in this backyard and leave me alone. I put an offer. I accepted the offer. I signed on this offer.
Hold on. What was the offer? Be honest.
It was $215. The house was listed.
I was about to say, what's the appraisal?
So the house was listed for $195.
That's the appraisal. The appraisal took a little while for us to know. Mind you, she did not have any idea how much the house was on appraisal when we put our offer.
Right, because you don't know until way after.
You have to like start to close. You have to start the closing process to get the appraisal.
The house was listed for $195. We put an offer in for $215, and the appraisal was for $225. So the house is worth more than what we put in, which was
how much more?
$10,000 more. So I was really happy about that too.
I'm really happy that they chose us because they could have chose the cash offers. Do you know how many offers they had?
I don't know how many. No, I know that they had multiple offers because she cut it off. Like, if you look at it, it says it was updated, multiple offers received, no more showings.
Wow.
But I know that they were deciding between 2 offers, which is ours and the cash offer. So they probably had a lot of offers.
Why do you think they chose ours? Do you know?
Our prayers, babe. Our faith. Our
the cash offer must have been less than what the appraisal was. Because they got $10K more. Because the owners of this house that we're going at, they're building a house.
Yeah, they're building another house. So they're moving out of this house to get to another house.
So your sister has to build houses and more money to build a house, obviously, right?
I don't know. My sister got her house 5 years ago. And
so the market was different.
The market was a little bit different, yeah. Her house was probably like, I think her house was like 180, 190. So 15-year mortgage was one of the things that I did want to do initially so we can pay the house off faster. But as investors, we don't need to pay the house off faster because we're going to be having, in the future, we have other plans for the house.
So what's our term? Because I don't know our term.
30 years. So we have 30 years to pay the house off. But yes, so...
This sounds so overwhelming.
30 years? Oh, yeah. To wrap it up, it was a crazy thing.
It is a huge accomplishment for us to actually own and close out this process.
It is a huge accomplishment that we bought this house. It is a huge accomplishment that we got a house that was exactly what we needed, that we wanted. It is a huge accomplishment that we put down 20% and we paid our closing costs cash. It is a huge accomplishment that we have a big ass backyard. If y'all need to know more, please ask us any questions y'all need to ask on the houses and on buying the house and our process and our experience and all of that. I mean, just the basics. Make sure you have all your paperwork, your W-2s, your IDs. Make sure you have good credit. You have your tax return.
Hold on, something that I can say. When y'all in the process of closing, please do not buy a new car. Don't open up a new credit card. Don't buy a refrigerator. My nigga, don't do shit. Just stay the fuck still. Go about your business, the regular shit. Go back to work. Go ride shit. Go do entrepreneur shit. Don't do nothing until they say you're closed officially. If you end up buying a car, refrigerator, put something in your credit card, they will reject the fuck out you.
Yeah.
Just a big ass heads up. full fucking disclosure.
Don't quit your job in the middle of it.
God, please, bro. Please make sure. If you already quit your job, lie.
No, you can't because they've ever.
Oh my God. When you offered the money for that house, keep doing everything you're doing before you offered the money. When you go to the title company or when you go pay the cash to the owner, don't do shit until you shake your hand and then you walk away. Once you walk away, go buy your brand new car. Go buy your refrigerator. Go do everything. Open a new credit card.
Yeah, it's very important.
Please.
They can reject your loan for that, and you don't want that. One little thing was that my credit was frozen, so you can't really get into my credit unless I unfreeze it.
What do you mean? You froze it manually?
Yeah, so I called and I'm like, yo, I don't want nobody to check my credit.
I didn't know that, babe. You can do that?
Yeah. So I had to take that off. That was a little step. It was not a big deal. You know, we got a conventional loan, but there's different type of loans. They got conventional and FHA. Those are the most.
What's the difference between conventional and FHA?
I think FHA, that's a government type of loan. FHA, it's a government loan. You have to work with a lender that the government approves, and they're designed for low to moderate income borrowers. They require lower minimum down payment and lower credit scores than many conventional loans.
So I have one question, baby. Did we not do FHA because we didn't qualify?
We didn't do FHA because we wanted to give a 20% down payment, and it's a little fishy for you to be like, yo, I need help with the down payment, but I got 20%. So actually, they have down payment assistance, which is probably like $8,000, but we didn't take their down payment assistance either because, again, we already had money and we were within a certain budget. So those are just some little things. If you have listened this far, I really appreciate it. We are really excited about this. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, because we are going to be putting out a bunch of stuff out there about our home buying process when we move in.
So again, follow us on Instagram at I_need_clout_ and you can follow my wife on Instagram at the Mrs. Arguello, and you can definitely follow and subscribe, like, comment, and all that on the YouTube channel at the Arguello brand. Thank you so much. This has been the Full Disclosure Podcast. I hope you have a great day, because I know we are.